Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. Embrace the iExamB learning experience for 50% faster job preparation. We have been discussing the important questions or the past year questions that have come from various topics of phase 1 of SEBI Grade A Legal exam. In our last video, we had discussed about the questions from Constitution which carry a 20% weightage in your phase 1 exam. Today in this video, we are going to focus on the contract laws or the laws of contracts that consists of 4 acts for you to prepare and have a total weightage of 25%. The 4 acts in the contract law that are include the bigger law, the more important law, the Indian Contract Act, which covers the major aspect of your preparation, followed by Sales of Goods Act, Indian Partnership Act, and the Specific Relief Act. These 4 acts together account for 25% of your overall weightage in phase 1. Remember that in 2023, SEBI had segregated the syllabus for phase 1 and phase 2. Let's have a look at how the trend of the questions has been. Indian Contract Act, of course, being the bigger act and the most important base act for the contract laws, has been more consistent. A good number of questions have been asked in the past. In 2020, a good importance was given both in phase 1 and phase 2, 7 and 5 questions each. In 22, again 5 and 3 questions were asked. And since 2023 and 24, when the segregation was done between phase 1 and phase 2 syllabus, 4 or 3 questions have been asked. So you can say on an average 3-4 questions are expected from the Indian Contract Act. Specific relief has been a little more sporadic. We did see questions come in 2023, but nothing was asked in 2024. Partnership Act again is an important act, but again usually 1 or 2 questions on an average is what you can expect from this particular act. And then followed by the Sales of Good Act, which has seen an importance or in pickup since the separation of the syllabus in phase 1 and phase 2, where we've seen 3 questions each being asked in 23 and 24. Okay, having understood this particular pattern, let's go ahead, move ahead and look at some of the questions that came from these acts. You can download this PDF from the description. So before I move on, I would also like to tell iExamB has been guiding for legal exams since 2018 and SEBI Legal since 2020, and we have consistently been helping students to clear this exam year after year. You can check out the demo from the description box over here. We are also running a month-end offer for which you can avail the benefit further. So let's have a look at the questions from the Indian Contract Act. Last year, the questions that came, there were good number of questions in terms of important terms being described. The questions last year related to misrepresentation. They also had a question on free consent, and further the question was asking about an express offer. So these were 2024 questions that were asked, and if we see a pattern, similarly important terms that are described are asked. So for you understanding very well what is the meaning of an offer, different types of offers, what is the meaning of consideration, acceptance, when is it a fraud, when is it a misrepresentation, all the types of voidable contracts, these type of questions have been asked, even proposal have been asked in the past also. So understanding all the different terminologies, when is a contract enforceable, when is it not enforceable, what are the key elements of the contracts, all these aspects understanding is very important from this particular act. All the questions, as I stated, have been mentioned over here, so you can go through them in detail. The next important topic that was asked is the specific relief. However, this, as I stated, is a little more sporadic. There have been more direct questions from this topic, like specific relief is granted for what purpose. It is for certain specific performance, as we understand. Next question was specific relief can be granted for the purpose of what? Again, it is for enforcing individual civil rights, right? So this is a shorter another act which you can cover. Partnership Act again is an important act. 1 or 2 questions definitely come from this particular act. If we see a pattern, one of the very important topics that are asked again and again is related to minor partners. So this is another point that you should not miss at all while revising. Revise very well, go through this part very well related to minor partners. Another aspect is, of course, the rights and the duties of partners, how the profits will be distributed among the partners in different cases, right? So those aspects are again very important, which we see have been asked again and again. Again, you can see all the questions related to this in this PDF. As I stated, minor partnership related rules is something which is asked recurringly in the past. Coming to the last, Sales of Good Act. The Sales of Good Act has seen a good number of questions being asked from the last 2 years. 3 questions each have been asked here. So it is good to pay attention to this. Specifically understanding again the various terminologies becomes a very important part. What do we mean by goods? What is included in goods? Understanding those definitions, the circumstances when a sale is considered complete. All these aspects will be important for you to understand. So I hope you've got a glimpse of what the questions are like from the law of contracts and constitution. In our next video, we will talk about the next 25% weightage acts, which will include your CPC, Transfer of Property Act, Arbitration and Conciliation Act, and the Limitation Act. The course and our pedagogy includes short recorded crisp videos, study notes, live doubt classes, and MCQ booklets for all the various acts to help you revise and practice before the exam. The practice also includes questions on the online mode at the concept level, chapter level, section test level, and the full length mock test level. As I stated, 27th was the intro class, and 29th today we have the class on Transfer of Property Act, right? So wishing you all the best. If you have any other queries, you can reach out to us at 920-552-4028 or write to us at hello@iexambee.com.